Before we dive into the story, please consider subscribing to my channel for more heartfelt narratives like this one. What if the one you held dearest, your own spouse, schemed to take everything you'd worked for, only for you to outsmart them with a single document they overlooked? I'm Jonathan Reed, 46 years old, and this is the tale of how my wife strode into divorce court dreaming of millions, only to leave penniless, shamed, and drowning in debt. That morning in Nashville, the courtroom was brimming with tension. Reporters crowded the back, pens poised. Spectators craned their necks, and across from me sat my soon-to-be ex-wife, Melissa. Her lips curled in a confident smirk she'd worn for months, certain of her victory. She donned a designer gown I'd paid for, her heels tapping like a timer counting down to my downfall. Her lawyer stood tall, proclaiming, "My client deserves half of all assets, including Mr. Reed's inheritance." Murmurs rippled through the room. To the onlookers, it seemed Melissa was about to hit the jackpot. But I held a secret no one else knew. 7 years ago, I met Melissa at a corporate event. I was drained, juggling my business and grieving my father's death. She was captivating, charming, self-assured, and knew just how to draw me in. Lavish weekend trips, pricey gifts, and endless flattery followed. Within a year, she accepted my proposal. I thought I'd found my lifelong companion, but my attorney urged a prenuptial agreement. I hesitated, fearing it might upset her. To my surprise, she brushed it off with a chuckle. "Of course, Jonathan. It's you I love, not your wealth." She signed without a second thought. That decision would later safeguard everything I had. 2 years into our marriage, I inherited nearly $4 million from my father's estate. Melissa's reaction revealed her true colors. Her eyes gleamed as she murmured, "Jonathan, we're set for life." From that moment, she stopped working. Money vanished on extravagant purchases, designer outfits, luxury vehicles, failed ventures, exclusive memberships. When I dared question her spending, she'd retort, "This belongs to both of us, not just you." The final straw came when I discovered messages between her and her lawyer, plotting the perfect time to divorce me for the biggest payout. So, I beat her to it and filed first. In court, Melissa lounged with a smug grin as her attorney demanded half my inheritance. Reporters scribbled eagerly, and all eyes turned to me when the judge asked, "Mr. Reed, your response?" My heart raced, but my hands were calm. I drew an envelope from my briefcase and said, "Yes, Your Honor. Please review this." I presented the prenuptial agreement. The room stilled. Melissa's expression contorted. Her lawyer faltered, blurting, "Your Honor, we were unaware of any prenup." The judge scanned the document, her demeanor composed yet piercing. Then she declared, "This agreement is valid, binding, and enforceable." Melissa's confidence dissolved. She whispered desperately to her lawyer, but there was no way out. The prenup was airtight, premarital assets stayed separate, inheritances were untouchable, no spousal support, no loopholes. She had signed it willingly. She tried claiming she didn't fully grasp the terms. The judge interrupted sharply, "So, Mrs. Reed, you signed a legal document without understanding it and now expect this court to ignore it." Reporters paused their pens. Spectators leaned in closer. Melissa's scheme was unraveling publicly. At last, the judge issued her ruling. "Mrs. Reed, you are entitled to nothing. Not the inheritance, not the assets, and you alone are responsible for the debts you've incurred." The courtroom buzzed with disbelief. Melissa's grand plot had crumbled into shame and financial ruin. As I left the courthouse, a weight lifted, and I felt a freedom I hadn't known in years. She lost it all. I preserved my father's legacy and reclaimed my peace.